So one of the things I've found is a big problem is just the ability to interpret what the C-suite wants. The thing that always surprises me is that we spend very little time asking the C-suite what they want. So what we spent a lot of time doing is going to them, working out how they want to run the business, where we fit in, and it's very much a team sport. We need to understand where in the funnel we fit in, and then develop a set of metrics and a set of campaigns as a result of that. I think the problem is that there's a wide range of either understanding or, if they understand, a willingness to change. The biggest part of that, I think, is an understanding that we're in sales. So as communicators, we're in maybe a different part of sales, and our sales cycle and our sales structure and our deals are different. But what we do is sell. And I think you have to start there. Once you start there, then what flows from there in terms of the way in which you approach working with your cousins in marketing, working with the executive team, working with sales, that becomes far more natural. So the first part is understanding what we do. The next part really is about what do you do with that? Do you understand the user journey? Do you understand, if this is a team sport, what number is on your back? So what's your role within that team sport? And then how do you develop campaigns that help you and help the team push through to where you need to get to? The other point I'd make is that role may change over time or even by campaign. The first part is delivering or understanding that we have accountability and responsibility for the function that we lead. IT have come to that conclusion, sales have come to that conclusion, there's a whole bunch of other functions that now use data very effectively in their everyday life, both internally and for the work that they do with the boardroom. So the first part is really that come to Jesus moment where you have to accept that we are a data-driven function, and that whilst I'm not saying for a moment that creativity goes away, and I'm not saying that our ability to be storytellers isn't as important as it ever was, but that's got to be within the construct of data, the use of data and analytics, and the way in which we demonstrate effectiveness to the board. I never understand the visceral separation of it's creative or it's data-driven. It's both. It has to be both. We're nowhere without great creative and great storytelling. We're nowhere without great data analytics. It's got to be great creative informed by great data analytics, and that's where we get movement and effectiveness.